Grand opening. How are you? I hope your day was good. I hope you drank some water. I hope you ate something today. I hope you did something productive today. So, yeah. So, today is the day. So, today is just a wonderful day. Yes, it is. I hope your day went well. I really do, honestly. So, today we're going to come out of the Holy Quran, right? We're going to come from the Belivers, okay? That's chapter 23. And we're going to come from verses 51 through 56. All right. One way. That's the title of it. All right. The Belivers. O messengers, eat from what is good and lawful, act righteously. Indeed, I fully know what you do. That's what God is telling us messengers. Eat from what is righteousness. Keep doing in the upright because they got us, right? Indeed, fully, I know what you do. That's what God telling us. Surely this religion of yours is only one. It's only one creator. It's only one faith. It's only one race. It's only one God. It don't matter what spiritual text we come from, right? Or what background or whatever. Because there is a lot of discrimination. And that's why Spirit had this message come out this way today. Because somebody think they're God. Somebody missed the message. All right. Surely this religion of yours is only one. Quote unquote. And I am your Lord, so fear me alone. Okay? Nobody else. There's no mistaking in the Quran that God said fear him alone. No matter what your religion is, it's only one religion. Him. Right? Get the people had divided it into different sects. All right? You know what I'm talking about. We're talking about that discrimination that's going on out here. That's what we're talking about. Because it's not from the same sect, or it's not orthodox, or it's not the way that somebody else perceives for another person. But what God says stands, no matter the religion or the sect you come from, right? Each rejoicing in what they have. So leave them, quote unquote, oh prophet, messengers, oh prophet, in their heedlessness for a while. He's telling the prophet that this is only going to go on for a little while. Who is he? God. No matter what we call him, we all look up. Right? Do they think since we provide them with wealth and children that we hasten to honor them within all kinds of good? This is what God is asking. Out of the Quran. So, no. They are not aware. So, when they said in the Quran about the believers, when they asked, we provide them with wealth and honor. So, is that children? Or is that your followers? or people that look up to you. Right? So this is about the believers. So this is what's going on. And all this was about power because it says, I'm going to read it one more time. We provide them with what do they think since we provide them with wealth and children that we have to honor them with all kinds of good? Makes me think of a feminine. This is a prophecy in the Quran of what's going on. That's feminine energy. You discriminating because of somebody else's path? Spirit says no. They're not aware. So before we get into the message, I just wanted to put that out there, right? But let's pray. Thank you. Thank you, Olarum. Thank you, Abba. We want to thank the Galactic Federation, the Pleiadian Council. We want to thank the Heavenly Hosts. We want to thank the Olarum. We want to thank the Descendant Masters. We want to thank the ancestors, the archangels. We want to thank the military up top. We want to thank it all because high honor is what it is. Righteous, upright. Eat from what is good and lawful and act righteously. Right? So, the title today is definitely a change in and of power. And you did it with love. They also mad about the miracles that's been bestowed upon your life and in your life. But again, eat from what is good and lawful and act righteously. So they didn't act righteously. So while I was doing the pre-shuffle, Horus, divine magic kept popping up in my card. And it's been a miraculous moment. So it's some warriors here. And I was given message in different realms while I was preparing for the reading. And I'm going to give messages in order of the realms. Okay? So from the Galactic Federation Collective, they're saying your gifts and inner learning while on Earth your gifts and your inner learnings while you're on itinerary is blowing the Galactic Federation, your peers in the Galactic Federation, the way you use your gifts and your inner learnings to get through life down here. Your peers, they commented you on that. Just know that. Okay? So, they also say your intuition is on fire. Yeah, they say your intuition on fire. So, good for you. All right. Collective. You have the power to make people change their ways by making them connect with their inner selves and sending them on a self-discovery for them to keep it moving. That's what your ancestors said, the ones you know. I told you I was going to give the messages in order. Collective, your ancestors said, people see you as a leader. People talking about you and they see you as a leader. They see you speaking up and showing that you bold without shame, in a positive way, without shame. People talking about you, collective. They say you speaking up and you speaking up boldly. And you ain't ashamed about what you're going through or what you went through. And you're doing it in a positive way. They also said people talking about how you transmute things. How you transmute pain into love. You show people that you do it with the divine. You show people that you do it. People talking about that, collective. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I had to write on here. They wanted me to tell y'all a little snippet about something. So and this is to bounce off when the Galactic Federation congratulated you because you using your gifts to maneuver, right? You're using your gifts and your inner learnings and you showing people while you're on an itinerary. A lot of us that come down, we tend to get lost, right? And they said that my intuition is on fire or your intuition is on fire, right? Right? So they want spirit told me to give y'all a little, right? Reflective moment. 12:29 on the timer. One time I was helping somebody and they had a look on their face, but they look matched the energy that I felt, right? And this was about, I want to say about 6 years ago. So their energy had a little stink to it and their face matched it, right? So as we was bending over because the person dropped what I gave them because they really needed it, right? And I said, "You're welcome." She was like, "No, I really mean it." But it was a dead look in her eyes. And like the energy was off, right? But by the time you stood up, you let her know that you knew that she was lying and about her deceit. Now, that person probably took it as if you didn't know what you was talking about. But you let them know. You knew that they was full of shit and that you was already up on them, right? Okay. So I responded to spirit after spirit congratulated, congratulated the collective, you know, for their itinerary experience and how they're using their gifts, right? I said to spirit, well, you got to find the meat in the room. You got to find the meat of the problem. You do. You really do. 1422 on the timer, right? So I told you I was giving the messages in order. Now this is messages for about them or for them, however it goes, right? A part of them feel bad for being a bugaboo and doing what they did. A part of them is mad. A part of them is mad. You spoke up. And you spoke up about the prophecy of what they was doing behind the scenes. that other people didn't see that they was doing, right? To you, right? You spoke about it to somebody, and the truth is out. It's playing out like living color, 15:10 on the timer, right? But them being mad about you and your life, and you ain't been around these people and God know how long. You didn't got you was already on your path, but you got your life together, right? That shows that they stalk you, and that's a crime. That is a crime. Not to mention you speaking out about what they was doing to you behind the scenes, and those are heinous acts by law. If you would have went downtown to the courthouse, they would have looked at you like you was crazy. But by you speaking out about it and you not being there, that's showing that you use your gifts in the right way. And also these people, their body language is telling on them. They can't think right. They're not speaking right. Right? Oh, collective. People say you got good qualities. That's from your ancestors and the Galactic Federation. Okay. Now me and my turned up self. The divine is in the building. God is here. The divine lineage is here. Oh, I was told to let y'all know that when we're going through, you know, marrying, some people call them the monads or the monads, something like that. The monad get rid of the demon. Once you face your shadow self, you will learn lessons through the word or through video, however the message is getting to you. Because the divine and the universe will communicate in every way possible, right? So you will find out who, because everybody has a name, you will find out who did this, that helped this on the journey. And that gift isn't just exempt to one person, it's for all. That's why it was different people named in different spaces and time, and all of the holy scriptures of different gifts. Everybody has theirs. It's all about how you use it, right? So who we got out here right now? Kanye, it's enlightened action going on. Choose compassion, move forward with grace. So again, it's been a change in power. And it was done with love. And they mad about the miracles that's being bestowed upon your life, because they did you wrong. And guess who else is here? Jesus. Yeah. So we got a Christian and a Muslim. Somebody was doing discrimination. But Jesus is an act of service. Kanye is supposed to be. But in this situation, it's not like that. That's just how I wanted it to come out. Yeah. They had a sacred connection. This Christian and this Muslim. Yeah. They had a spiritual calling. It was a divine calling. I guess this Muslim or this Christian somebody wants to come forward because they transcended their fear. Yeah. Somebody took a situation to God about some spiritual or religious discrimination. And how somebody has access because somebody is a direct descendant. These two people, they were supposed to come together per God. That's why God is in the building. That's why it's been a change in power. Don't mind the picture of it being Jesus or a Muslim, Kanye. It was a sacred connection. Love is love is love. That is the currency. So collective, keep doing the right thing. As long as you walking in the upright, it says it out of the Holy Quran. They both were supposed to come together to transcend fear. They were supposed to work together down here on the earthly realm because it's a sacred connection in the universe to bring light, to open the way. So these two people work in the same area. Somebody discriminated against somebody to try to block the connection. That's a connection to God that was leading God's people the way. Just the way I wanted it. That's why people talking about you collective, because you bring the message straight out. You tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Sent by God. Both of these people. Sent by God. It was a sacred connection. But somebody know they get in karma and that they need to go heal. Somebody know. 21:52. I ain't mean for it to. This one about to be long. This one is about to be long. It's about to be long enough. The channel songs I got is Power by Kanye West. Yeah, I'm everywhere because I'm excited. Power, Kanye West, Let 'Em Know, T.I., War, Charles Jenkins, God Is by Reverend James Cleveland, and Humble, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, messengers, eat from what is good and lawful and act righteously. Somebody ain't act righteously. Somebody of a different faith than you, than me, was your divine partner, and you actually met them in today's time while y'all both are on itinerary. And they tried to dibble and dabble in spiritual practices, and they did not know what they was doing. And so Jesus, or a divine being, is bringing peace. That's what that lotus is on her chest. Peace. Somebody fell from the spirit throne. So I hope today was good for you. I know it's good for me. I've been having some visitors. You know, on your, I know for me on my spiritual journey, because I believe in the unseen, and I'm not afraid of strange encounters because I know what I embody, and I know who I represent, and I know who's standing on the side of me. I know who's protecting me. I believe in the unseen as well. It's more than just going to the meeting spot once a week. It's more to it. You got to keep up on your spiritual hygiene. You got to stay fit. No disrespect, but I've never seen a voluptuous divine being. Yeah, solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus chakra is on fire. It's bright. Yeah, this is a high honor reading. Yeah, it's power out here. Yeah, it's been a change in power, and they know that. That's why they fear. They fear your spiritual calling, because you an open channel, and your light is lit. Yeah, because you're not in disconnect or boredom. Because you're not disconnected or boredom. Because your spirit team is here. Clarify, and that's who you embody. Clarify, disconnect, and boredom. They want you to disconnect and boredom. They don't want you to move on. They don't want to move on. We're going to do this again. They don't want you to move on from deception and envy and all that shit. It's not about what they want. It's been a change in power. Right? They ain't in no peace. But remember, we channeled that for them. We get one more reverse card. We're going to cut this one off for them because of your power and your success. You're not upset. They ain't at peace because of your power and your success and how triumphant success. How this war going? You fighting. You and your people fighting on the spiritual side. You got some giants. You got some old ancient beings with you. Yeah, harmony. And in reverse. They ain't at peace, right? So they in isolation. They in isolation. Because your solar plex chakra is lit and you let go of their asses. Yeah. They gotta let go. You let them go. Already. They was just trying to tag along. This is life. This is not a movie. Because you were strong, resilient. That's why you possess the power over your life, over your kingdom. They didn't want to disconnect. They wanted to bother you. So you snatched their power. Remember, Jesus tell us in the New Testament, when they come at you, pick up their cross. Yeah, because you got positive movement going forward. Yeah, and it's growing. Yeah, and they saw you. Yeah. Jesus put the fear on them. Jesus put the fear on them. The faith. Yeshua. Ancestors. Put the fear in these people. Let them know who is power. Yeah, these snakes, they sabotage themselves because you live out loud. Snakes live out loud, don't they? Yeah, it's time for them to change. That season is over. Yeah, cut them at their course. Yeah, at their course. All right, so look, another part of my journey, I told the Ola Room, Abba, God, Yeshua, Sophia Christ, Siggy. I told my whole team and the Galactic Federation, like, look, because I'm reporting everything that's happening, what I'm going through down here on life, in life. I don't go up there because what's going on, I let them know what I experienced. They know what I experienced, but I let them know what I experienced that bothered me. Right? I told them I wanted to heal the mother wound since I got through out there to the universe. That's what I told the universe on my healing journey. They mad. Yeah, because of the truth. Because of the truth. Yeah. The truth is you of divine lineage. So if you got a mother wound, the truth is you of divine lineage. So if you got a mother wound, I told you the divine lineage is here. If you got, yeah, and you leveled up. You went up in rank in spirit. It's been a transference of power. Told you. You got to heal everything. Everything that you experience down here. You just can't. Yeah, you can wake up one day and say, I'm going Christ consciousness. You have to heal your life in stages. Not to mention, you still got to get up and go to school or go to work every day. You still got to show up as a loving person. You still got to show up as the wife you are, the husband you are. You still got to show up authentic and true. You got to find balance. My word is practicality. Whatever spiritual text you coming from, it's only one God. It's only one true religion. It's definitely been a change in and of power. Verify this. They can't alchemize. They can't alchemize. They don't want you to alchemize. Yeah. They can't harvest you. Alchemize, that's, you know what alchemize is. But they can't alchemize a radical rebirth. They can't alchemize off of you after you had your radical rebirth. What is a radical rebirth? When you're going through the stages of change and you clean it up on every aisle that you done step foot on. Whatever visions you get, that's you in spirit need to work some things out in that area of your life. I could share my visions with you, but a lot of the visions I get is personal because I'm going through a healing stage. If I'm sharing, I'm telling them what's going on the journey that I've seen with my eyes, and it's being recorded because somebody else is going to experience the same exact thing. So, because they can't harvest off your energy because you had a radical rebirth and you've awakened, they can't alchemize off of you. You're not on the same frequency. So even if they throw some witchy poo, whatever, your way, guess what? It's not going to hit you. Why? Because you leveled up again. Again. See others, you have to be aware, but you can't think for. And never be double-minded and be like. They mad because they can't. They don't know how to alchemize. They don't know how to transmute. That's what people is talking about. How you really know how to do it without doing it nefariously. They got emotional withdrawal. They should have been done it. It's been a divine intervention for this divine union between this Muslim and this Christian. It was a sacred connection. Verify alchemy reverse. Yeah. And so they're not shining. They're not shining. They've been put in the dark as where they should have been put. Because they can't betray nobody with lies. You can't betray nobody with lies. You just can't. You can't betray nobody with lies. Yeah. Clarify alchemy reverse. 3407. Alchemy reverse. Oh, yeah. They're not growing. They're not fertile. It said it right there at 28. Because they got children and wealth. Do they think since we provide them with wealth and children that we hasten to honor them with all kinds of good? That's what Spirit said. Look like it said nope and nope. Alchemy in the reverse, harvest in the reverse. They can't manifest. No matter how much they meditate. It's been a divine intervention in here. Yeah. They need to go heal they mother wound. Their etheric cords. That, you know how we live in an illusion world? Anything you connected to that ain't got that's not in the upright, that is not righteous, need to let it go. Yeah. Yeah. Once you let this go, then boom. Then you'll really know you a real channel. Once you healed, then you know what's up. Yeah. They ain't heal that. They wanted to steal that from you. They wanted to harvest your energy. Harvest in the reverse. You vibing too high. Clarify this. My bad. 3603. Harvest in the reverse. Yeah, because you living out loud. You ain't ashamed of what's inside of you. What you come here with. It's encoded in your DNA. They was discriminating you because what's encoded in your DNA, because they didn't recognize y'all was a sacred union. That's why it's been a transference of energy. It's been a change in power. Yeah. Get up. Let it go. Because you wouldn't let go. Discontent and boredom. Yeah, you was living it up. You was living it up. Trying to transfer fear, trying to transcend fear. You was living it up. So now, since you can't alchemize and you ain't growing, the person that got their power back, you didn't even realize they took their power back because you were still throwing your dirty, dead energy. So you gave your power away. You want to watch something? You gave your stuff away. Yeah, and now you having storms. Yeah, because you wanted to play with the wrong divine being. You wanted to play with the wrong being. It was your counterpart in spirit. You lost your stuff for lives. Lives. You'll never be the same. Yeah, you worthless. What's this? Live Out Loud? Yeah. Live Out Loud is on top of solar plex chakra, solitude, and light transmission of light connection. This sacred connection. Yeah, it would have brought more souls to God. Live Out Loud. You a dog, you a mutt. Yeah. And you scared. What you scared of? You scared of their lies? Because we saw truth in reverse. You scared of your lies? Storms. Yeah. Jesus is here. It's been a divine intervention. God is here. The divine lineage is here. Even your lineage is here. You've been cut off. You was living your best life. And you was watched. Nothing on earth is done in ever secret. There's no secrets. Every closed eye ain't sleep. Yeah, they scared because you shining. And why? What's the other reason? Because you're speaking up. And you being bold about it. They uncomfortable. Yeah, and they see your level up. Shine, leveled up. Yeah, it ain't no mistaking. Yeah, shine, truth. Yeah, alchemy in reverse. Yeah, they can create. Alchemy in the reverse, you can't create. Yeah, you can't create and you won't be creating. Yeah, you've been stripped sterile. Sterile. Everything you touch is going to wither away. Clarify harvest in the reverse. Yeah. What else? What else y'all feel like? You trapped in fear and you mad. Yeah, that's what I saw on the pre-shuffle. You bitter. But your bitterness is self-inflicted and it's a form of self-sabotage. Yeah. You healed. You're a wounded healer. Yeah, look at that. See, Komet? You intuitive. Look at your face. What is that? It's some form of a cat. Yeah. You got the unk in your hand. Yeah, you out there on faith, baby. We see you. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a divine intervention. Because of you. And the person which was who's in disharmony out here on this table? Quan Yin. Quan Yin. That's how far this person lost their rank. Quan Yin sitting next to Jesus on my table. That's high honor, sacred union. We both, these people were supposed to come together to teach people how to transmute pain into love. You out here doing it by yourself. Yeah. That's why you had a radical rebirth. That's why you leveled up. That's why they can't do nothing off of you no more. Or whatever they was doing to try to stuff you down. Your light too bright. What's this live out loud? For this wounded healer. And they scared. Yeah. Yeah. They mad. Rage. Because you got good juju. Yeah. So see Kim Matt. Okay, so I'll take that back. No, I don't take nothing back. So who can't harvest out here? This person of this other faith, of this other nationality, because it's only one faith, it's only one religion. This was done to somebody due to their spiritual beliefs. Discrimination. Not to mention they was doing it behind the scenes, using manipulation to try to force somebody out of their spiritual alignment or their physical. Tried to make this person look like they was off their kilter. But what they was doing, they did it to the wrong one. They did it to their partner, their divine partner. Two people in the same room, both of their third eye open. That's some amazing shit ordained by God, and they actually met. And one of them, because of the other person's faith, they wanted to take it. That would have been a direct channel to God. It didn't stop nothing. Because the other person of the other faith, it's only one God. What's crazy is God is giving this message right now. And this person that is under the Islamic faith out here, They lived their life as if they were in the old biblical Egyptian days. Spirit is saying. And since they didn't conform and change and leave, disconnect, they cannot, because they were stealing and energy harvesting and blaspheming this person. They can't create. They're barren. They can't alchemize. They're not growing. Because you are blessed. And they feel guilty. I told you, a part of them feel bad, and another part of them is mad as hell that they couldn't do it to you. And they feel guilty because they found out that y'all was sent on a sacred mission together to raise the vibration in their area. For their desires. As if the way that we was behaving when we was stuck in Egypt, when we were slaves. This person was trying to put your lifestyle back in Egypt when you was oppressed by using manipulation magic from behind the scenes. That's why this person lost their rank. That's why this person is losing everything they got down here on the 3D for coming after. Just because somebody was born in a Christian, they still a child of God. A direct descent. Clarify creativity in the reverse. The truth is, this betrayal, I just told y'all what it was. But the cards just confirmation what I said. The truth about this betrayal, right? Your cosmic power, look at this shit, is what this person desired. They desire what you have. Your ability to be brazen. What is brazen? Bold. Without shame. They wanted to swap you. They wanted to stop you from being bold. They was trying to swap you. But both of y'all are high honors being before y'all met each other. God held you both in high standards. But your cosmic power brought miracles, and you're shining. The truth about their desires and why they betrayed you. Because of who you are. Because of who you are. If you don't understand tarot, it's because of who you are. Because we are created from the universe. The universe is God. Because you're bold. Clarify this creativity in the reverse. Dang. Yeah. Creativity in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Because you're bold. They was bold when they thought they was bold. But you're bold. They found out you bold. They they feel embarrassed because you're not embarrassed about how you got where you got, what struggles you had to go through to get to where you at. They embarrassed because you're not embarrassed. Because you shine. Yeah. And it's intuitively spoken. Again, they mad because you spoke up and because of the prophecy that you revealed about them, right? And that shows that they stalked you. So they again, once you put a halt to it in your mind, because your frontal lobe crashes as a child. When you getting pushed around the house, when you getting forgot about, when you're not getting hugs and kisses and told I love you and all that good stuff, and encouraged and pushed, and you're not getting whatever you're supposed to get, your frontal lobe crashes and it goes into survival mode. And people look for people like that, for like you and like me. Clarified wounded healer. Yeah, yeah. This Egyptian descent, this person who act like an Egyptian. Mm-hmm. They mad because you got good karma. Because you in the upright. They mad you in the upright. And because you had a radical rebirth. Yeah, yeah. See them lions? You're brazen. That's lions represent bold, right? Look at that halo. That halo got halos in it. People don't believe you when you warn them about them, especially when you in their face. How many halos inside that halo? This is a high honor being. These were two high honor beings that was striving for greatness, but one of them stayed on their path. Yeah, you know it. That's what the Galactic Federation and the Pleiadian Council, your peers, was telling you, like, yo, the Divine Master. They was like, yo, that's what they said. Yeah. Your gifts and inner learning while on itinerary, it shocks them because you use them and you actually follow your intuition. They said your intuition on fire. Now that's to break it down to to us. Yeah. And they know inside their mind, their spirit, and their heart that they self-sabotage themselves. I said that. I said their bitterness is self-inflicted and it's a form of self-sabotage. Yeah. Yeah, because you're the oil. You're shining. What's this, rage? On top of rage, the numbers is 2 and 3. That's 5. They mad because you're the empress and you snatch their mask off, or you see through people. Yeah, Yemi Ma and who else? Jumbi. Yeah, because you see through people. The empress awakening. Yeah, you had a radical rebirth and you woke up. And mask is seen. And upright is seen. Mask on, like people see that you represent multiple. Those are different faces. She has her face on under a mask. And it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She wears, it's one woman that represents 6 different types of spiritual beings from different faiths. This person is not discriminative. Wear many hats in the spiritual realm, following their intuition. What is a religion? A religion is God. That's the real religion. That's what I want to tell y'all too. So when I thought about that earlier today, I was like, the real religion is God when I read that, right? 5436. So when I thought about that, I was like, so the real religion is God. So then I read in the Holy Quran, it said, no matter the sect, SECTX, we got different groups of people that claim they follow God, but they don't follow God because they discriminate because of the way you follow God. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened here. Yeah, the divine lineage is here. Yeah, over this betrayal. It was a betrayal in the divine lineage. It was a betrayal in the divine lineage. That's why it's definitely been a change in power, yo. Definitely a change in and of power. Look like the feminine has arisen. Sophia is here because the masculine in this union on this table. Let me show you something. It's a divine masculine and a divine feminine out here. They were sent here in this lifetime to transcend fear and to awaken an answer to the calling. They've been put out. What's this awakening? That's Marie Laveau on that good juju. So that's what I want to say too. So everybody is born with occult knowledge. If you don't have occult knowledge, if you wasn't born with an occult knowledge, then it's a good chance you'll be doing things like this. But if you are actively on your spiritual journey, even if you're not, you could work towards it. But you have to, confirmation. You have to do it in the upright. You cannot be sitting up here doing evil for evil. I can't tell you what to do, but what I'm going to tell you is what you can't do. You cannot call yourself doing energy work to harm another person. You cannot. You cannot. I thought my hair was sticking up. My hair just thin, so. But Marie Laveau is on this card, and that's what reminded me that. So that's how occults be going the wrong way, because they only look at the dark side of what King Solomon provided. I just looked at this card, Marie Laveau, and just thought about that. Yeah. And that's how you can heal etheric cords. You have to do it in the upright. Or cut them. What is the etheric cords? The things that you are attached, you gung-ho attached to. That is not good. What's this awakening? Yeah. Yeah, because you grounded. This person they can't create off of you that live in the Egyptian lifestyle. And like the way they was when Pharaoh had Egypt, how the Egyptians, when Pharaoh and whoever else before Moses, because Moses was brought up in it. But once Moses found out who he was, he realized he was an Israelite. He got down they casted him out. So he became a slave, and God gave Moses power. That's what this is. But this person who came through when Moses helped free the Israelites, this person came through, but this person still acted the way, the Egyptians. The party lifestyle, how they was doing whatever and whatever and whatever against God, against God's people. This how this person treated. Because we all, so this person is a descent of Pharaoh, of those attributes. Yeah. This person is so dark, and y'all come from the same divine lineage. Or you broke or this person broke the divine lineage because God had a plan. And y'all did meet. You have to emotionally detach. Not only that, this divine one emotionally detached from helping anybody in this energy. Yeah, and that's what brings happiness and joy. Once you transmute that, the ether cores, your lineage, look at them halos. This is the divine lineage is happy. Yeah, about the truth coming out because your innocence being restored. You have gotten another level up. Well, hold the pain. Yeah. Because of your divine knowledge. Because you move on earth. Because you know they with you. You know that you can't move around. You already know what's going on. No matter where you stand, where I stand. I know what's a world on this side, and I know what's a world on this side. I know what's good on this side, and I know what's bad on this side. But it shall not come nigh thee because I lean to the good. So, yeah, Three of Pentacles for Arobus. Answers questions about the past, present, and the future. Gives dignities, grants the favor of friends and foes. That's a demon that they was calling on. Three of Pentacles. This group. Somebody in this group was a divine lineage. Somebody collaborated with somebody to call on this demon. Arobus. In the book of Numbers, we was reminded, and we read the believers in the Holy Quran. So, in the book of Numbers, we are reminded we are in the book of Numbers, we are reminded in the promised land, right? There was two censuses. The generation of the left Egypt, but that's not it. The two censuses is the census and the non-believers. Yep. It's two census. It's two census. Yeah. Their demons turned on them. Y'all know oracle cards is like chapters. It's been a change of power. We know the story. So now we summon it up. We the news reporters. They're mad because you got different hats in the spiritual realm. That you have abilities to gifts. They're mad that you could wear different masks to access spirit. What's this shame? The Hangman, the Judgment, and the Two of Pentacles reversed. The Hangman, Bifrons, he teaches natural and planetary sciences, lights corpse and love and lights above graves and moves bodies. They embarrassed for what they did. Using the moon, using the dead people shit, that graveyard dirt. Trying to out here steal souls. That's importation of spirit. I did a reading on that. Because they're under judgment from that. By the throne of God. God is here. They're embarrassed. And they off balance. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. What's this judgment? Disputes, promotions, and high offices. Causes one to be liked. They called up these demons for appearances. And high honor is here. The judge is here. The author is here for this high honor relationship. Yeah, and they off balance. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Reveals the past and the future. Reconciles friends and enemies in the reverse. They're going to be isolated. Set it up there. Yeah. And they the Six of Cups, Ferenius, in the past they called Ferenius up. And Ferenius teaches rhetoric and languages, gives one good reputation, and makes one beloved by friends and foes. So, this person in this sacred, place it where it needs to go. Place that where it needs to go. The cap says this is for entertainment purposes, but this is what's really going on. That's why I don't say that out of my mouth. This is what's really going on. So in the past, they called this demon up to try to hurt you, not realizing that you was their divine partner. But you have more power because of who is on your team. Because they discriminate you. Yeah. What's this radical rebirth? Two of Wands, the helping God. Love and wisdom, victory over those who will attack you. This is an angel for this one that had a radical rebirth. Jaleel, Two of Wands. Yeah. Jaleel took action. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Took his time. Gentle. Knight of Pentacles. Against the rituals, though. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Clarify this. Jaleel. Page of Wands in the reverse. The persevering God. The helping God, the persevering God in the reverse. Well, they're angel cards. We're not going to take them in the reverse. So the Page of Wands, the helping God and the preventing God. Oh, they tried to block the preventing God. They tried to block it when they conjured up these demons, but they didn't know your rank. Yeah. Clarify this awakening. Ace of Wands. O male. O male. The patient God. So you reached out to God. And that's all the action you took. Is reaching out to God. You didn't do nothing reckless. Okay. So that's why you had awakening and had a new beginning. Because you was patient with God. Fertility, multiplicity, protects against despair, helps one be present, patient. So you went and you healed after this happened or while this was happening. That's what you did, collective. God came and rescued you. That's why he's sitting on my table. You got your innocence back. People was trying to harvest off of your creativity because you represent who you are. They identify what's inside of you upon the first encounter. Make sure your first impression is a lasting impression. That's what they thinking. Oh, I found it. That's exactly what I've been looking for. Okay. What's this grounding? I mean, this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Nine of Cups. So that brought you wish fulfillment, right? God, the kindest giver. So you are blessed by God. God gave you, right? You didn't stop asking God for help. God didn't stop helping you. You kept asking God for help. And you was patient. And God blessed you. The kindest giver. God, the kindest giver. Healing, preserves, helps, and cures diseases. Yeah. They are awakened. You have awakened and have healed. They are awakened. That shows that they're stalking you. These people who is worried about you, collective, it's not people you see every day. If it would be some kind of connection out here, and it's not. It's polar opposites. Clarify this grounding. Uriel, the tower. Uriel, the tower. These is angels. Disruption, warns of disasters, aids, and transformation. Yes, you're grounded enough to do that. The fire of God. You are the fire of God, collective. That's why the fire guardian stays here. The fire guardian stays here. It's on everybody's table because the fire guardian is here. The fire guardian is the fire of God. You bring that with you, collective. Yeah. Three of Swords. And you, God forgives. And you let others know that. And you show God that he is praised. You let people, you praise God in front of these people. What they wanted to take from you, they could never take it because it was yours and yours alone. What you have with the Olaroon is what you have with the Olaroon. Now, if they want to drop their cross, by all means, pick that John up. Pick it up. Transmute all the negativity off of it and make it for the betterment of you. That's called a hustler. You got divine knowledge of what they were doing behind the scenes. And so your divine knowledge alerted the divine lineage. Where you at? Okay, you gonna wait. They was invested in causing you delays on your journey. Remember what I said? When you meet somebody, we was taught, make the first impression lasting impression, right? When you go somewhere to meet new people. So you be your authentic self. You show up as the loving version of yourself. And then they try to go behind the scenes to make you discomfortable, to disrupt your comfort. So they go behind the scenes and pry into the unknown. Not to mention they didn't know what they was doing because they didn't do it organically. Because of your strength. You manifested in your strength, in your faith, and you recovered. Because of the prophecy you put out. Because of the prophecy you put out, collective. You let it be known. Once you learn how to read cards, but you show the world that you use multiple gifts in the upright. Once you show the world that, and the message got out, and the frequency is felt, you start shaking in your boots. Due to this controversy you caused. Because you want to be sinister. You wanted to betray a queen of swords. Over hatred. Not to mention, you hate yourself because it's the same lineage. So, yesterday, I woke up and I was sharing a dream that I had. So, I interpreted this dream. And in this dream, one of my ancestors handed me some keys. Not one key. It was multiple keys. And I came up with the word matriarch. Due to the fact it's been a change in power. I knew this yesterday. Ancestors, y'all ready to eat? Clarify this, hangman. Something behind the scenes. They in regret of what they was doing behind the scenes because your intuition called it out. Your gifts. You used your gifts in the upright. They in the 5 of Cups. Ain't that where they need to be? What's this judgment? What's this judgment? Knight of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords. You can't rest. Restlessness. You can't rest because this person of the opposite, this person that you discriminated against due to the fact of your religion, right? You're restless because of their perseverance in leadership. You know you need to go within because it's causing too much hostility in your life. That's what you want to do. Because that work came back to the Queen of Cups, or it didn't make it to the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it went back to this Queen of Cups and this King of Wands. Yeah, they got to carry on. Yeah. Mafiosos. Yeah, because that work went back to y'all. Yeah, you under investigation. because you exposed. Yeah. So this is a hate crime. It's a hate crime on the 3D and the 5D. Yeah. But you would have known if you would have followed your inner compass. Because you wanted to level up. Because you wanted to level up. What's this Two of Pentacles in the reverse? Yeah. Bad investments. Investments. Number 7, right? 7 Pentacles. Wait for results. So you waiting on your karma? Because you know it's coming back. You reflecting on your achievements. You thinking about what you invested in that was inhumane, haram. Love is the vibration. You wanted to tear it down. Yeah, you burdened by it because you in a tower. Endings. You're facing endings. And that's just that. That's the truth. New beginnings. New beginnings for your divine partner without you or your counterpart. Not the fake twin, not the twin, not the karmic twin. It was a real sacred union out here in that mist. Clarify the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Patience, perseverance. Patience and perseverance is out here twice. Hard work, practice, ritual. You was practicing rituals. You didn't know what you was doing. This is under the divine being of the Islamic faith. It's only one religion. It's God. It's Lord. What's this Two of Wands? What is, yeah, what's this Two of Wands? That's wish fulfillment. Yeah. 9 of Cups. Yeah, you did it for abundance. But this divine being over here or the collective is satisfied because you're caught through spirit and it's manifesting onto the 3D. You lost your spiritual rank. You set high. The way you pray. You prayed to God, our God, for support and help. And he sent it. And you tried to manipulate God. Yeah, you got kicked out. Ain't that what happened? When God put the devil out of heaven, he snatched 1/3 of the choir. Huh? That's how disgusting you are. Clarify this 9 of Cups. Yeah, that's wish fulfillment. Your divine partner that's still in the upright, that they ain't in the 9 of Swords. That's wish fulfillment. Because they bring hope. They showing the world that it is a way out. Jesus said it, you could trap my body, but you can't never trap my mind. That was a prophecy. Because it happens. You couldn't trap this person because they too spiritually connected. And they going to get out of any situation. Hope. There is hope. There is hope. Clarify this Ace of Wands. Yeah, Ace of Wands. That's truth, and truth and new opportunities. New opportunities, and it could be multiple things. For a fire sign, it could be new opportunities for tangible things. Just be patient, right? Forward movement because of your determination. Because of the way you control your situations and yourself. You're not out here chasing power, even though you are a direct descent of the divine lineage. Clarify this chariot. Yeah. Forward movement for your materialism. Forward movement, they had to surrender. They had to let it go. They had to let you go. And because you didn't, new beginnings, because of your willpower, unwilling to give up your fertility. You didn't give up your fertility. You moving forward. Because that's what they was trying to steal from you. And your divine lineage because of your faith. You got access to the waymaker. You are the waymaker. That's why high honors is here. That's why it's been a change of power. Discrimination. Not only that, Kanye, this Muslim woman, she has dependent on her eye as if her third eye is open. That's not a sacred union. But also another way this could be looked at in our everyday lives, a lot of the partners will turn on their partner. Clarify this 9 of Cups. Yeah. Wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. Happy. Your happiness forced them to withdraw. They got to withdraw. Not only that, but that's what they wanted for your wish fulfillment. They wanted you to withdraw. They wanted you to lose your motivation. Okay? They wanted you depressed, but they're depressed because you're awakened. They're depressed because you got good juju. Clarify this four cups. Yeah. Because they're defeated. They failed. They failed. They wanted you to fail. Yeah. The opponent prevailed. Yeah. And now they having random thoughts. Yeah. About them burdens that they carry and that they tried to cause. My foot up on the gas. You have to be authentic. You have to go to spirit any way you can. God said, come to me. Come as you are. What you really thought it was to make sure you had a suit for church. No, he wants you to come the way you are. However your mind state is, come to God the way you are. If you talk to God through rap music, come to him the way you are. If you come to God through poetry, come to him as you are. Excuse me. What's this tower that Archangel Uriel brought with him? Disruption warns of disasters, aids, and transformation. This external conflict. He bringing disruption. He already brought warning of disasters. Not to mention, Archangel Uriel is a little bit angry on this picture. Yeah. Yeah. He's mad he got to do this. Or he's just the angry. So again, you can have rage due to the fact it was done to you, but not to try to harm others. Not to harm others. You call on your faith and your spiritual team. Yeah. Yeah. And that will bring you comfort. That will bring you comfort. 131, 32. All you got to do is just send it up in prayer. But nah, you got folks wanting to steal your soul and shit. Well, look like your team gonna get active. That's what Kevin Gates said. And I believe it. So, this right here is the Ancestor Oracle deck, right? Yesterday morning when I got up, I remembered my dream. And in my dream, I saw my grandmother. I saw two of my aunts and my uncle. And one of my aunts been buried for 40 years. And my aunt, I cleaned up my lineage so much that I was able to see my aunt who have not walked this earth in 40 years. And boy, was she smiling. So, and I know my ancestors is still here right now, because I have a sacred connection with the divine. You should too. And my ancestors, when they were living, they got active, but they believed in God. And one of my ancestors was born in El Kanawa. Look that up. And in my early years, I was never shown destruction. It wasn't sheltered from me, but it wasn't offered to me until I had to abruptly get moved from there at the age of 3. So that's where my sacred connection connects back to my early years. I healed my lineage of all the traumatic events, and that's my job to share with you. 13350. Master change. That's my job, to teach you how to transmute pain to love into power. 1 minute, baby. So since I have dreamed about my ancestors and I know that they're here, yeah, we're gonna pull the cards for them to see what message they have. Because that was from the Galactic Federation. Now we gotta see what they got to say. These the ancestors I know. My elders that I know. Okay? On the maternal side. So the feminine over this way is in power, the matriarch. So we about to see what the ancestors that passed the keys over, what they have to say. Why? Lord, take charge. Told you, take charge with authority. That's what my ancestors have to say. Yeah, because you a compass, direction guardian. You a compass. Clarify this, Lord. Fire guardian. We saw that out here. The fire of God out here. The fire of God is out here. Yeah, the fire guardian, the fire God, the fire of God is out here. Yeah. Lord, the fire guardian. High honor. You are a high honor being, is what my ancestors is telling both of us. I dreamed of these motherfuckers. Fire guardian. Because I cleared the path for us. And you. Because that's why I'm here to teach you. Fire guardian. Ancestors, please, be nice. I know y'all got a lot. Fire guardian. Yeah, magic guardian. You connect it back to your roots. Yeah. Unlock the magic within. That's all you got to do. Is call on God. No matter what religion you come from, it's only one religion. That's a true believer. We have to unite back because it's only one Lord. Magic guardian. She wolf. Unleash the wild within. Yeah. Because you wear multiple hats on the 3D and in the 5D. Yeah. And you bring peace. You bring peace. And look what's with you. Look what's with you. You got your sword or your axe in your hand. What's that, an ox or a ram? Either way it goes, you got something big and humongous that can put it down with you. That's nothing but God. That's nothing but God. What's this peacekeeper? You make peace with the ones who try to target you or to that target others. Traitor, arrow, target. Or this traitor that targeted you wants peace. That's when you making a difference. They want peace now. Yeah, for doing this to you. Because you're reflecting. And not only that, the mirror guardian is being represented through you. Because you're giving the prophecy. You're reading them their rights. So this traitor who targeted you, they want to make peace. You read them their life. Clarify this. So, remember I told y'all that my grandmother was born in Elk, County, right? That is Indian ground in the United States. My maternal grandmother, right? What is this woman on this picture? Right? My grandmother. That's who's here. Targeting arrow, got her eye on this bitch. This traitor. Oh yeah. Know when your people show up. Because you the Lord of the fire. The magic guardian she wolf. Yeah, they brought the peoples with them. My ancestors is here. They came to me in the dream. I gave y'all a few snippets of certain personal things in my life. Because I know what's going on. Yeah. Clarify this traitor. This high priest in the reverse. The person that was supposed to have been the divine counterpart that they actually met. What's this high priest in the reverse? Animal guardian, trust your instincts, stag, trust and thrive. They telling you to trust your instincts. Grandmother said trust your instincts when it comes to this one. And look like you did. Because these cards are in the upright next to this high priest. In the reverse. You trusted your instincts. That's why you moved. But they did this behind your back. Disconnect in the reverse. Boredom in the reverse. They was happily doing. They kept doing it. They did not take a break. Boredom is break. Pause. Clarify this animal guardian and this stag. They cause obstacles. That grandmother spirit out here targeting that one. It's over, boo. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. The high priest is going to be healed by summer. Totally. Told you it was a divine part out here. Yeah. They actually met in the 3D. You ready to eat, babe? All right, let me cook. Yeah. So dream. Because we on a journey. So I want to share one more thing. Okay? I'm going to share one more thing. Hold on. So at 6:07 p.m., this is the scripture that just came across my phone. February 22nd, 2026, 2/2/2/10, right? At 6:07 p.m. Wherefore, David said unto the Gibeonites, what shall I do for you? Right? And wherewith shall I make the atonement? We saw atonement out here. Yet ye may bless the inheritance of the Lord. Let's find atonement. Let's find atonement. Okay, I can't find it. I'm going to find it. But wherefore David said unto the Gibeonites was David's enemies. We have enemies, right? What shall I do for you? And wherewith shall I make the atonement? Let's look up atonement. That ye may bless the inheritance of the Lord. Right? Atonement. Reparation for a wrong or injury. So that's why that's what the ancestors is here doing. Yeah, that's what the ancestors is here doing. They're bringing balance. That's what Jesus is here for. That's what God is here for. Because it's only one God. Discrimination is not okay. It's been a change. It's definitely been a change in power. God performed another miracle. Collective. You have the power to make people change their ways by making them connect, by making them connect with and to their inner selves, sending them on a self-discovery for them to keep on pushing. So until next time, 145:29. Until next time, keep up on your sword, yo, and protect your energy at all costs. What is your energy? Your spirit. Ashe.